Okay, if you're watching this, I'm guessing you're not having the best day. You might be sitting in your car in the office parking lot just staring. Or maybe you're at your kitchen table. You've just been through it. That gut punch of being fired, let go, made redundant, whatever sanitized HR term they threw at you. This explainer is for you, for this exact moment.
Right? So let's just dive in. That buzzing in your head, the fact that you can't seem to take a deep breath, that's a completely normal survival response. Your brain has officially gone into fight or flight mode. And look, that's great if a saber-toothed tiger is chasing you, but in the modern corporate world, that instinct is now your single biggest liability. So, here's the game plan. Over the next few minutes, we're going to walk through a 5-step playbook. This is designed to take you from that feeling of total chaos to a place of calculated control over the next most critical 72 hours of your professional life.
And let's start that clock right now. Because here's the thing all our research points to, and it is stark. The decisions you make in these first 3 days, they are often way more important than anything some high-priced lawyer can do for you 3 weeks from now.
This right here is the biggest psychological trap you're in. It's this paradox where your gut is screaming at you to do something. Send that text, fire off that email, post on social media. But that is the exact moment when you are most likely to completely sabotage yourself. Right now, your instinct is your enemy.
So here's our roadmap. This is how we're going to flip the script from defense to offense. In the first 24 hours, you're going to build your playbook. Then you'll master the exit interview. After that, we decode the severance agreement. And at that 72-hour mark, you make your final strategic move.
Okay, phase 1. Let's get into it. The clock is absolutely ticking, and your biggest enemy in this first 24-hour window isn't the company, it's your own brain. Specifically, it's something called memory decay.
Now check this out, because this is wild. You'll remember the feeling of being fired for the rest of your life, but the science shows that within a single day, you will forget 50 to 70% of the specific details. The exact phrasing they used, who said what when, all the tiny details that could actually build a legal case, they just evaporate.
And this means you're fighting a war on 2 fronts. On one hand, you have to grab your digital oxygen. I'm talking screenshots of positive performance reviews, emails with praise, before the IT department remotely wipes your access for good. But at the same time, you have to avoid the digital trap of creating new, damaging evidence, like that angry post you're thinking about. That can and will be used against you.
So, to beat that forgetting curve, you need to do an immediate memory dump. And I want you to treat it like a detective writing a crime scene report. Who was in the room? What were their exact words? Not the verbatim quotes. What was their body language? And this is crucial, document the negative space. What didn't they say? Did they fail to offer a performance improvement plan? You have to write that down now, because proving a negative later on is almost impossible.
Now, listen up, because how you do this is maybe the most important part of this whole section. Do not type this on your laptop or phone. Why? Because a company's lawyer can use digital metadata to argue you made it all up yesterday. But a handwritten note in a bound physical notebook, that becomes what the courts call a hard copy contemporary note. It is incredibly powerful and so much harder for them to discredit.
Okay, so you've got your notes documented. Phase 1 is done. Now you have to navigate the next challenge. The company is going to schedule an exit interview. It's going to feel like your one chance to get closure, to tell your side of the story, but let's be really, really clear. It is not for you. It is an intelligence gathering mission for their legal team, period.
So your strategy here is to become a black box. That means you refuse to get emotional, you refuse to over-explain, you create strategic uncertainty. And you know what corporations hate more than anything? Uncertainty. They have no idea what you're thinking or what you're planning, and they will literally pay money to make that uncertainty go away.
So, you'll be in the room and HR will try to bait you. They'll ask a seemingly innocent question like this. What they're really trying to do is get you on the defensive, get you to admit to some tiny little mistake they can blow up later. They want you to just hand them your entire legal strategy for free. And this is your shield. This one sentence. You just repeat it, calmly and professionally as many times as you need to. It completely shuts down their interrogation. It forces them to go on the record, in writing, while you give them absolutely nothing. It just flips the entire power dynamic. Okay, so when the first tactic doesn't work, they'll move on to financial pressure. They know you're panicking about bills, so they'll dangle this enhanced offer that's only good for the next 5 minutes. It is a classic trap.
And here's how you defuse that bomb. This response is calm, it's professional, and it buys you the single most valuable thing you have right now, which is time. Let me be clear. Never, ever, ever sign in anything in that room.
You are legally entitled to a period of time to consider the offer. Use it.
All right, we are now entering the final 24-hour stretch of this initial game plan. The financial panic is probably screaming in your ear, and that severance document, it looks like a life raft. But here's the paradox. That life raft is very often a muzzle designed to buy your silence.
So this is probably the most crucial financial point you need to get. There are two kinds of money on the table. First, you've got your legal entitlements. That's your final paycheck, your unused vacation time. They have to pay you this by law, whether you sign anything or not. And then there's the severance pay. That's the extra money, and let's call it what it is. It's a trade for your silence and for you to waive your right to sue. The trap is, they lump it all together, hoping you don't realize you have to sign away your rights to get money that was already legally yours.
So now you become an auditor. Take out that handwritten notebook and compare what you wrote down with what's in their legal document. Does the paper say it was a restructuring, but your notes from the meeting say they mentioned your attitude? Boom, that's leverage. And here's a big one. Demand that the non-disparagement clause, the part that says you can't talk badly about them, is mutual. It costs them nothing, but it protects your future reputation.
We've made it, the 72-hour mark. You have gathered your evidence, you've held your ground in the exit interview, and you've audited their offer. Now it is time to level the playing field. It's time to talk to the experts, but we're going to do it strategically.
Look, the goal here is not to panic and hire the very first lawyer you find. The goal is to perform what's called a silent consult. You're basically doing a market analysis of your own legal case. You're going from a place of panic to a place of knowledge by becoming an informed consumer.
And these are the only 4 questions you need. That's it. Ask 2, maybe 3 different employment lawyers these exact same questions. You'll get a clear picture of whether your case has merit, you'll find out if their offer is a lowball, you'll compare fees, and you'll understand the timeline. After those calls, you're no longer guessing in the dark. You have a real plan.
And I really want to leave you with this thought. The entire corporate machine for firing people is built for 2 things: speed and emotion. They have a playbook for the employee who breaks down and cries, and they have a playbook for the employee who yells and lashes out. They do not have a playbook for the calm, quiet, methodical employee. You cannot control the fact that this happened, but you have absolute control over your response. And that, right there, is how you take your power back.